Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to go over how you can go about lowering your resistance to change and just overall preventing yourself from falling back into old bad habits. Welcome to my channel. My name is Al Ray, and if you are interested in videos that just share tips and experiences on how you can improve your quality of life, your overall happiness, then consider subscribing, because I do post videos daily. That being said, if you do want to subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you're notified each and every time I post a video, because I do post daily, and then you can just watch it when you get a chance. So let's dive in. How do we actually go about lowering our resistance and set ourselves up for a better chance of actually achieving whatever the goal is we're trying to achieve, or whatever the habit is that we're trying to implement and instill into our routine and lifestyle? Well, I'll just assume that you've watched a few of my previous videos and you've already taken it one step at a time, putting aside or aiming to complete a small task so that you can build up momentum, choosing a time and a place where you want to actually complete this task or aim to do this task on your regular basis. I assume that you've got all of that. I assume that you know the good habits that you want to implement into your routine. Well then, do you still feel like you have something that's pulling you back? You try and you maybe get a few days in, but then you ultimately just fall off and out of your routine again. Well, obviously, one reason could just be, the motivation fades and you just don't have the discipline to see it through. But why don't we have the discipline? And if you think about that, I think that it all stems down to ultimately our beliefs. So we don't believe that doing this would actually get us there, or that it's actually worth it, at least subconsciously. You feel that whatever you replacing this good habit with, whatever you're doing instead of actually doing this good habit, ultimately deep down is more rewarding. So we don't actually believe that we can achieve that, I think. But more importantly, so why don't we? Well, I think that stems down to everything around us, right? The people around us, more specifically the company around us, and where we choose to focus our attention, who we choose to listen to and let into our heads and our hearts. I feel that it ultimately comes down to who you hang around with, who you're listening to. So I feel like taking inventory of this on a regular basis is so important. So important. Because if we just change who we listen to and we hear it enough, we would end up changing our belief patterns. And we'd be more likely to actually implement these good habits into our routine that we are trying to implement. But if we have people around us who write off what we're trying to achieve and what we're trying to do, or don't place as much value, or don't share the same vision as you, maybe they're just trying to do it to protect you. Maybe it's that they've had their own bad past experiences with something similar or something relatable, and they're not doing it out of the badness of their heart. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, but it could still be harmful. So take inventory of everything that you're taking in and those around you and the closest people. I firmly believe in, that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with. And I know there were multiple stages throughout my life when I just had to do inventory and narrow down my senses and who I choose to spend time with, who I choose to give my attention to. So that would be my tip for you. And that's not that hard. It could be. It doesn't necessarily have to be, ending relationships, but it could be just choosing more effectively who you spend your time with. Just be more effective at choosing that. Just be more selective at choosing that. Just hang out less with people who aren't getting you or assisting you or helping you live the life you want to live. The people who make it harder to implement this should not be a part of your life. Ultimately, they are holding you back. So you don't need to cut them off, but maybe then just put on your sensors and just put on your blinkers and just don't let it in. Don't let it in. Make sure you filter what you let into your head, who you listen to. That's my tip for today. So do some inventory. See where it's at. I mean, your intentions might be great, your goals might be great, your plan and your strategy to getting to your goals might be perfect. But if you don't have everything else in your environment supporting you, it can make it really, really hard for you to actually implement on this. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, then I urge you, hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell while you're at it. That way, you'll never miss the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.